This is a saint, not a monster, not a warning, one of the 63 great saints of the Tamil land, cast in bronze, set in temples, worshipped for 1400 years. She looks like this because she asked to. She begged God to strip her body away, and He did. Then she walked the length of India to reach Him, and climbed the last mountain on her head. When she arrived, He looked at her and called her something nobody expected. 3 mysteries. Let us take them in order. For more stories built from real texts and real lives, subscribe to Kathavana. 6th century. A thriving port town on the Coromandel coast. Her name was Punitavadi, a wealthy merchant's daughter, married to a wealthy merchant. Beautiful by every record we have. She had one habit. Any wandering devotee of Shiva who came to her door was fed. Never turned away. Her husband paid it no mind, until her whole life collapsed over 2 mangoes. Her husband sends 2 mangoes home. Before he arrives, a starving holy man comes to the door. No meal is ready. She gives him one of the mangoes. Her husband comes home, eats the first, and asks for the second. There is no second. She steps into the shadows and prays. A mango appears in her palm. He eats it and goes still. That did not grow on a tree. Nothing on earth tastes like that. He asks her where she got it. She could lie. She tells him the truth. He says, "Do it again." She prays. A second mango appears. She holds it out to him. The moment his fingers close on it, it vanishes. And he understands he has been living beside something divine. He does not accuse her. He does not raise a hand. He is far too frightened for that. He announces a trade voyage, boards a ship, and never comes back. He settles in another kingdom, marries again, has a daughter, and he names that daughter Punitavadi, after the wife he fled from. He crossed an ocean to get away from her. Then he carved her name onto his own child. He never thought she had wronged him. He knew he had lived beside a power he was too small to hold. Her family tracks him down and brings her to his door. He comes out, sees her, and drops flat into the dust at her feet. In front of the whole town, his new wife goes down beside him. So does the child carrying her name. He says it aloud for the street to hear. "This is not my wife. She is a divine power. I have worshipped her since the mango. I cannot touch her." He was not being cruel. He was being honest. But look at what it does to her. In the 6th century, every thread of a woman's identity ran through her husband. Legal, social, spiritual. Hers has just publicly handed his role back. She is left standing outside of everything. So she makes a prayer, and there's nothing like it anywhere. Society had valued exactly one thing in her, her beauty. And that beauty had a purpose. A wife, a household, a bloodline. All of it was gone. So she asks Shiva to take the container away. Not to purify her body, not to make it deathless, to dismantle it. Take the flesh, the youth, the shape, everything the world used to measure her, and give her the form of a pay, a creature of the burning grounds, the kind of shadow people cross the road to avoid, and he grants it. The texts say the gods rained flowers down as her flesh dissolved. Every other saint in this tradition asks for the same things: union, grace, forgiveness, a glimpse of God. She asked to be unmade. She took the one thing her world prized in her and handed it back. That is not self-hatred. Read her poetry. There is not one line of self-pity in it. It is a woman taking off a uniform she never chose to wear. Then she goes north, across the whole subcontinent, from the Coromandel coast to the Himalayas. In that body, at the foot of Kailayam, she stops. This is sacred ground. To walk on it with her feet would be a desecration. So she makes the last climb on her head, inverted, so her feet never touch the mountain. The Tamil tradition has held that image for 14 centuries. It has never once treated it as a gimmick. Parvati sees the figure coming up the mountain and asks who it is. Before she can finish, Sivan answers. One word. Amme, mother. The woman who asked to be made repulsive, who crossed India in the body of a corpse. God looks at her and calls her mother. That is the name that stuck. Karaikkal Ammaiyar, the mother of Karaikkal. He asks what she wants. She asks for three things. Never to be born again. If she is born again, never to forget him, and to sit at his feet and sing while he dances. He sends her south to the wilderness of Tiruvalankkadu, and there he dances for her, and she sits in the ash with her cymbals singing. Around 140 of her verses survive. Check the timeline. She was composing 7 centuries before Gyandev, 9 before Kabir, 1,000 years before Mirabai. When scholars argue about where Indian devotional poetry begins, they are arguing about a woman most people were never taught. And she did one more thing history rarely credits her with. Hers are the earliest surviving poems of Sivan dancing in the burning ground. The flames, the floating ash, the ring of fire. 3 centuries later, Chola bronzecasters made that vision solid. They called it Nataraja, the most famous bronze in world art. It began with a woman who prayed to look like a corpse, and if you look at the great Nataraja bronzes closely, you will find her. Not under his foot. That figure is Muilgan. Ignorance. She is off to the side at the base, seated. A small figure with cymbals looking up, completely happy. Exactly where she asked to be. Everyone else in that frame is a god. She is the one human who asked for her seat and got it. If this story moved you, hit like, subscribe, and join us for more tales from Kathavana, stories that outlive time.